we get Senator Hester over here. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, first of all, I mentioned the us getting through the 337 bills and all that. This may make you feel good. Is that, for example, by contrast, the Senate Finance Committee will have a full schedule of bill hearings all next week. Yeah, so we're like, really doing a good job. And then just scheduling, we still have some what have been characterized as priority bills still weren't ready to get on the list today for a variety of reasons. So here, and 4 of us are on exec noms. We're have to be there here at 5 o'clock on Monday anyway. So I'm going to propose that we meet here at 4 o'clock. There are, and just again, now we're in vote mode. We don't have any billing hearings, but I'd like to use that hour just to jam out some bills. I hope that works for everybody. Again, several of us could have to be here at 5. So if you can pencil in 4 o'clock Monday to be here to do some more voting, we're going to try to get out again some priority bills that we still haven't managed to get out. We got a lot done yesterday and et cetera. And as far as, did you hear my message about Monday? Okay,
No.
we're going to meet at 4 o'clock, which is at 1 hour before our 5 o'clock exec noms to do some more voting on some priority bills. So that said, okay, as far as this list, this is largely carryover from last night with 1 or 2 others. Now, with these 5 sunsets, which we just heard, Sarah Hester has asked, she wants to read the sunset reports before she wants to take those up over the weekend. Now, did he say he's going to get you this over the weekend? Okay. Okay, so fine. So these first 5 bills on the list we are going to hold so that Senator Katie Fry Hester can do spend the whole weekend reading sunset extension reports. And now then we only have 5 bills left on here. So the Senator Hedelman bill, which we started to have a conversation about yesterday, that's again a B&T bill. We're only secondary, and some questions were raised. I think Senator Hedelman's been and talked to some folks. Okay, so let's just start with that one, that we're secondary on the Hedelman bill. Was there a motion favorable from Senator Washington? Second from Senator Austin. Any discussion? Does everybody remember, this is a Stacy bill. Stacy, does anybody feel they need to hear the bill description again? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Senator Carrozza would like you to refresh everybody's memory about what that bill does. And we do now have a motion and a second on the table.
Okay, Senate Bill 370, Community Schools Rental Assistance for Community Schools Families Program and Fund Establishment. This bill establishes a rental assistance for community school families program and related fund to provide rental assistance to eligible student households at community schools. The Maryland State Department of Education must administer the program, and the governor must include an appropriation of $10 million in the fiscal 26 budget for the program. The amendments that were adopted by the Budget and Taxation Committee require the Director of Community Schools to support the implementation of the program rather than administer it. Requires the program to be administered by the Department of Housing and Community Development in consultation with the Department of Education. It alters the eligibility requirements for eligible student households under the program to strike a member of a household experiencing financial hardship to at least one member qualifying for assistance under the federal McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. It alters the authorized uses for payments under the program to include relocation expenses, requires the Department of Housing and Community Development to administer the program fund, and authorizes rather than requires the governor to include $10 million in the budget for the fund. B&T voted this favorable with amendments 10-3.
Senator Carrozza.
So right now, and I understand we're prioritizing the students and families in community schools. Those same families are eligible for other rental assistance programs in the Department of Housing and Community Development. And where I'm going with my question is, isn't there a way that in that application process, they could flag that they're from a community school and rather than creating a new program? That's what I'm trying to understand. And if you have this program, does that give priority to other low income families that aren't members or their student or their children don't attend community school? So I'm trying to understand the pools of money that are already available, and that if this is prioritized, does it end up hurting, or at least prioritizing this over some other low income families and that aren't members of the community schools?
I don't have an answer for you because I'm not aware of other programs, but Senator Washington seems to have some
Yeah,
information.
thank you. Thank you. And I know we always are concerned that we have a small pot and it doesn't, we don't want to hurt people in the pot. The issue is that we have a very, very small pot now for rental assistance. It appears that the amendment making it eligible, not just income-based, but eligible for McKinsey-Vento does open it up for federal funding that's specifically related to unaccompanied homeless youth. So I can see that that's their strategy there, and that will allow actually some more money to come in and possibly to take some of those families that are eligible under the other program to be able to be put into this program. And then the other point is that the community schools, the role of the coordinator is to support that. We don't have social workers, et cetera, in schools, but they will be the ones directed to help make that connection.
Okay, additional questions?
I'm sorry, where are the amendments in the packet? You said?
Oh, they start on page. There's a reprint that starts on page 4.
So just process wise, I mean, they've sent us that. So when we have a motion favorable in a second, I think it's procedurally proper to just, we're taking a vote on what the B&T committee has sent to us. So we're not going to do a separate vote on amendments in a separate one. It's one up or down. I think it's an up or down vote on their package that they sent us. So any further questions, discussion? Okay, seeing none, there was a motion favorable and a second from Senator Washington. We'll do a roll call on this one because I sense there could be some dissenting votes.
All right, Senator Kagan?
Aye.
Senator Kagan, yes. Senator Augustine?
Yes.
Senator Augustine, yes. Senator Gallion? Senator Gallion, no. Senator Watson? Senator Watson, yes. Senator Lewis Young?
Yes.
Senator Lewis Young, yes. Senator Brooks?
Yes.
Senator Brooks, yes. Senator Carozza?
Yes.
Senator Carozza, no. Senator Hester?
Yes.
Senator Hester, yes. Senator Washington?
Yes.
Senator Washington, yes. Senator Feldman?
Yes, that carries 8-2. Let's next go to Senator Gazzoni. And I should note, I said 5 bills. We have one additional voting list, Senator Augustine standalone bill as well. We're going to take up. So with that said, let's go to Senate Bill 597 from Senator Gazzoni. And Alexis, why don't you refresh our memory about this? Was also held from last night.
So just to remind everyone of Senate Bill 597, Human Services, Individuals with Disabilities and Service Disabled Veterans Voting Fund. The bill establishes the Individuals with Disabilities and Service Disabled Veterans Voting Fund to be administered by the Department of Disabilities. The purpose of the fund is to issue grants to nonprofits providing sailing, boating, kayaking, canoeing, and paddleboarding opportunities on the Chesapeake Bay and its tributaries. And it authorizes the governor to include an appropriation of $500,000 for grant distributions to those nonprofits. The sponsor amendments add surfing to the list of eligible opportunities for grant funds.
That was the amendment.
Yes.
Okay. Senator Kagan held the bill yesterday, so we're going to turn to you.
Yeah. I am so confused. Okay, first off, Alexis, the amendment.
Mhm.
I wonder whether the or surfing needs to be added in places on page 3 and not just in one place. It looks like lines 8 through 12, as well as lines 24 through 27, which is where it is right now. If it's going to be added, it looks like it needs to be added in both places. So
Pull up
you
a
can-
reprint. When I last checked, it was in each of those places. I didn't include a reprint in the packet. But I also think if we make any changes, that can be added as a technical to make sure that it
Okay.
corresponds with
It's just the
surfing
list
throughout.
is included twice on page 3. So,
Oh, to different parts of the
yes,
bill.
yes, right. But if we're gonna add surfing, then we ought to add it as a
Okay,
qualification as
here's
well
what-
as a service.
Here's what I'll, if you have other questions, fine. On this one, between now and when the bill goes to the floor, we'll make sure there's no technical amendments
Okay,
needed.
well, that
That's
wasn't-
clearly characterized to me as a technical amendment.
Okay,
And just checking it again, it is listed as I checked the reprint. It's paddleboarding or surfing.
correct. You and I
Wow.
can talk. It's not in both places. It's in one place.
Okay,
Okay, anyway,
we don't-
that's not my
Yeah, what's your main
primary
point?
concern. And I talked to Chair Gazzoni briefly. I'm not gonna fight this battle, but this authorizes up to $500,000 for this organization. And it's kind of there's only one organization that does this right now, and their annual budget is less than $3 million, which means that this is potentially a 20% gift in their budget. But again, he's the chair of Budget and Tax. I have questions. I'm not going to fight the battle.
Okay, any other questions for Alexis or discussion about the bill? Okay, does anybody want to move the amendment that was indicated earlier? Okay, we've got a favorable from Senator Augustine, a second from Senator Brooks. All in favor of that one amendment, raise your hand. All opposed? Okay, the amendment carries. Okay, now we have Senate Bill 597 as amended in front of us. Senator Augustine's motion favorable, second Senator Brooks. Let's do a roll call on this one, just to be sure.
Senator Kagan,
And that's without the technical.
Yeah, if we need a technical amendment, it could be a floor amendment on the
Okay.
floor.
I don't think we need one.
Okay, well, you'll resolve that between now and Tuesday with Senator Kagan. Okay. Aye from Senator
Senator
Kagan.
Kagan, yes. Senator Augustine? Yes. Senator Augustine, yes. Senator Gallion? Senator Gallion, yes. Senator Watson? Senator Watson, yes. Senator Lewis Young? Senator Lewis Young, yes. Senator Brooks? Yes. Senator Brooks, yes. Senator Carozza?
Yes.
Senator Carozza, yes. Senator Hester? Senator Hester, yes. Senator Washington? Senator Washington, yes. And Senator Feldman?
Yes, that bill carries 10-0. Okay, let's go to Senator Hester again, another bill that was held last night. Senate Bill 683. I can't recall who held it or what the issue was. Senator Hester, can you help us out with this one?
It was simply striking the provision that says that they can only charge up to what it costs to process the license. Obviously, there's more to running a program than processing a license. And so some of the bad actors that we've been seeing in the industry with the safety issues, what DNR wanted to do was hire a new person to implement the program with fidelity. In conversations between DNR and the Maryland Arborists Association, they were concerned that the fees would go up too high. So then what the amendment did is the amendment, establishes the caps that you see before you. And so that's basically, it winds up being, not that much money, projected to be maybe an additional $60,000 in 2024. And so I don't remember what the posture is, but I'd like to move the bill with the sponsor amendment.
Other than, I apologize, were there amendments other than a sponsor amendment? I can't. I apologize, I can't remember. Are
There's
there other
three
amendments?
amendments.
There are
There was
three
one-
amendments.
One amendment so Senator Hester's amendment begins on page 13, reprint on page 15. And then Senator Gallion's amendment on page 19, just upholds the existing provision that the application fee and renewal fee may not exceed the cost of processing the fees. And then finally on page 20, there is a technical amendment.
Okay, did we vote those? I can't remember.
We did not vote on any.
We did not vote
amendments.
on any of them. Okay. Okay, so Senator Carozza?
Okay, so we just went through the amendments, which start on page 13, Senator Hester's amendment, plus you said there were some before that.
No, that's the first one.
Okay,
Page 13, reprint on page 15, and then after that on pages 19 and 20 are Senator Gallion and the chair's amendments respectively.
okay, and then do any of these amendments address the issue of revoking a license?
So I spoke with the department about this. The question yesterday, as I understand, was the revocation permanent, and if somebody had their license revoked, could they reapply and take the exam again? I understood your question.
Well, I was
last time
trying to
we-
understand if, is there a process, there you have suspension and you have revoking. And is if you revoke, is it for a lifetime? And if not, what's the process?
So a suspension is under regulation up to 2 years. A revocation is for life. However, the Office of Administrative Hearings can reverse a revocation. The department have told me that their records go back to 1999. They've revoked one license in that time in 2002, and that was due to the license being improperly issued because the applicant did not meet the eligibility requirements. That revocation was subsequently reversed by the Office of Administrative Hearing.
Or Hester, you wanted to weigh in on this?
I want to point out that what we're talking about it right now is existing law. It's not, my bill doesn't change anything about the revocation of the license.
Okay, so Hester amendment, we take these up separately. Okay, first of all, the third amendment you said was technical. Second amendment's from Senator Gallion. Okay, the first amendment, were you moving your first amendment? We have to take the amendments up before we take on up the bill, so. Okay, there was a motion on the Hester amendment, second from Senator Augustine. Okay, discussion of the Hester amendment. Yes, Senator Gallion.
So with the amendments, so if these amendments pass, I would not offer another amendment because it's kind of the opposite of it. So instead of doing that, I'll just vote against the first one and we'll get it done.
Okay,
Let's say.
well then that sounds good to the body here. Okay, so we have a motion second on the Hester amendments. And let's take we're going to go roll call on that one. And so Lemuria, this is on amendment, the first set of amendments from Senator Hester.
Senator Kagan?
Aye.
Senator Kagan, yes. Senator Augustine? Senator Augustine, yes. Senator Gallion? Senator Gallion, no. Senator Watson?
Yeah.
Senator Watson, yes. Senator Lewis-Young?
Yes.
Senator Lewis-Young, yes. Senator Brooks?
Yes.
Senator Brooks, yes. Senator Carozza?
No.
Senator Carozza, no. Senator Hester?
Yes.
Senator Hester, yes. Senator Washington?
Yes.
Senator Washington, yes. Senator Feldman?
Okay, yes, so that amendment carries 8-2. So with that, you're not offering that second amendment. The third amendment is technical. And therefore, would like take a motion from Senator Hester on the technical amendment. Would you move favorable on the technical amendment?
What is the technical?
Yeah, why don't you explain the
So what the
technical
amendment
amendment?
does is it's just kind of some code cleanup. There's an annual report required of the department. And they submit it to the Department of Legislative Services each year. As has been mentioned, I think 2 weeks ago, we had that language of in accordance with section 21257 of the state government article. This amendment adds that. And it also, having discussed with the department, it sets a deadline for submitting this report.
Sounds good.
Okay, you moving that technical amendment? Second from Sarah Austin. All in favor of the technical amendment, raise your hand. All opposed, that carries. We now have the Bill 683 as amended in front of us. Is there a motion, Senator Hester?
Move favorable.
Okay, we have a motion favorable and second from Senator Augustine on the bill as amended. Senate Bill 683. We're going to take a roll call. Memoria.
All right, Senator Kagan?
Aye.
Senator Kagan, yes. Senator Augustine? Yes. Senator Augustine, yes. Senator Gallion? Senator Gallion, no. Senator Watson? Senator Watson, yes. Senator Lewis-Young?
Yes.
Senator Lewis-Young, yes. Senator Brooks?
Yes.
Senator Brooks, yes. Senator Carozza?
No.
Senator Carozza, no. Senator Hester? Senator Hester, yes. Senator Washington?
Okay, that was undiscernible. Could you repeat that, Senator Washington?
Senator Washington, yes. Senator Feldman?
Okay, Senator Feldman votes yes. Yes, 8-2. That bill carries 8-2. Okay, we have a Zucker bill, Senate Bill 806.
Right, Senate Bill 806, Business Regulation License Home Improvement Contractors Liability Insurance. This bill increases the amount of general liability insurance an applicant for a contractor license or a licensed contractor is required to carry from $50,000 to $500,000. There are no amendments on this bill for us to consider.
There was no opposition.
No.
Okay, discussion. Okay, we got a motion favorable from Vice Chair Kagan, a second from Senator Augustine. Any discussion about this bill? Okay, seeing none, all in favor, Senate Bill 806 with no amendments, raise your hand. All opposed, that bill carries unanimously. Next, go to Senator Carrozza's bill, Senate Bill 807. Okay, Alexa. Yeah, we're on Alexa. Back to
All right.
Alexa.
Yep, thank you. Senate Bill 807, Somerset County Fire Rescue and Emergency Medical Services. This local bill authorizes the county commissioners of Somerset County to enact local laws to manage fire rescue and emergency medical services in the county. If the county does decide to create this or enact this local law, the county has to create an entity to administer the services and provide and establish, an advisory committee to provide recommendations. We do have a local letter and there are no amendments for us to consider.
Okay, Senator Carrozza, anything you want to add?
Second.
Okay, we have motion favorable from Senator Carrozza, second from Senator Gallion. Okay, any discussion? All in favor, Senate Bill 807, raise your hand. All opposed, that bill carries unanimously. And let's now transition over to the Augustine bill on voting list number 19. And Alexis, why don't you explain this bill?
All right, Senate Bill 659, Prince George's Gateway Development Authority modification. This bill requires the Prince George's County Gateway Development Authority to meet at least 4 times a year and requires the staff of the Prince George's County Development Authority to support the authority in consultation with the State Department of Housing and Community Development. We do have a local letter. There are amendments for us to consider, which are enclosed in the separate packet. They require the staff of Prince George's County Redevelopment Authority to support the Gateway Development Authority instead of the staff of the Gateway Development Authority supporting them.
Okay, Senator Augustine. Okay, we have a motion to move these amendments. A second from Senator Washington. Any discussion about the amendments? Okay, seeing none, all in favor of these amendments, raise your hand from Prince George's County. All opposed, those amendments carry. Okay, Senator Augustine moves the bill 659 as amended. We've got Senator Watson also from Prince George's County as the second. Any discussion on 659 as amended? Okay, seeing none, all in favor of 659 as amended, raise your hand. Okay, that bill carries unanimously. That concludes our work for today, and we will see you back at 4 o'clock on Monday when Senator Katie Fry Hester will give her a report of 5 sunset extension documents